Good day and welcome to Trending Update USA. I'm Steffan, and today we dive into a truly stunning development that has sent shockwaves across the tennis world, sports media, and social platforms globally. Coco Gauff, the young American superstar whose rise in the sport has captured millions of hearts, has delivered unexpected breaking news that fans, analysts, and even fellow athletes are still trying to wrap their minds around. This revelation did not come through a press conference, a staged media announcement, or a carefully curated brand statement. It arrived suddenly, catching everyone off guard and igniting a wave of speculation, reaction, and analysis across the world of sports. And as we break this down, we explore what it means not only for the 20-year-old champion but also for the future of women's tennis, American tennis, and the global athletic community that watches her every move. Coco Gauff has become much more than a tennis player. She is an ambassador for young athletes, a symbol of Gen Z confidence, a voice in social conversations, and one of the most influential figures in contemporary sport. From her early Wimbledon breakthrough at the age of 15 to her crowning moment at the US Open, her story has been one of relentless work, discipline, passion, and the kind of mental strength rarely seen in such a young player. She was not just a rising star. She was the star many believed would carry tennis into a new era. So when the news broke today, it created the kind of seismic shift that only a cultural and athletic icon of her magnitude could generate. What makes this breaking news so stunning is not simply the content of the announcement, but the timing, the tone, and the way it instantly reshaped narratives around her career. Coco Gauff, whose every step in the tennis world has been scrutinized, celebrated, and amplified, shared information that struck both emotional and strategic chords across the tennis community. It revealed something deeply personal, something reflective, and something that reshaped the expectations that surround her. In the hours following the announcement, the sports world responded with a mix of shock, admiration, curiosity, and widespread discussion about what comes next. While fans were expecting typical preseason updates, training camp highlights, or another inspiring motivational clip, what Gauff delivered was entirely different, a candid acknowledgement that left analysts reevaluating her trajectory. The news revealed her shifting mindset, evolving priorities, and renewed outlook toward her future on and off the court. And in witnessing this, one thing was clear: Coco Gauff has entered a new chapter, and she is defining it her own way. Over the last few seasons, Gauff has shown unmatched resilience under pressure. She has faced some of the toughest competitors in the world, from Iga Swiatek to Aryna Sabalenka to Elena Rybakina. She has carried the weight of expectations from an entire nation, a tennis federation, and a fanbase hungry for American dominance in a post-Serena era. And through all of that, she delivered with grace, perseverance, and brilliance. Her US Open title became one of the most defining sports moments of the decade, symbolizing not just triumph but generational evolution. It cemented her legacy as the next great American champion. But behind the scenes, as she revealed in this sudden announcement, there were moments of doubt, contemplation, realization, and renewal. And today's breaking news shines a new light on her journey, one that is not simply about trophies, points, and match results, but about self-discovery, growth, identity, and ambition beyond the tennis court. She spoke in a way that made fans feel closer to her, revealing not the polished press-ready version of herself, but the authentic, thoughtful, deeply human Coco Gauff who has been navigating fame and responsibility since she was barely a teenager. The stunning part of the announcement is the boldness with which she expressed her intentions. It wasn't hidden in coded language or half-statements. It was clear, direct, and surprising. Gauff revealed her decision to reshape aspects of her career, to re-examine her priorities, and to make choices that will impact the next decade of her life. This raised immediate questions. How will this affect her schedule? Her performance? Her ranking? Her partnerships? Her long-term goals? The tennis world has been buzzing non-stop with interpretations, predictions, and reactions. Across social media, hashtags related to Coco Gauff surged within minutes. Fans shared emotional responses, ranging from heartfelt support to intense curiosity. Many expressed admiration for her courage, especially considering how young she is. Others speculated about how this shift might bolster her performance, giving her more freedom and mental clarity. Sports commentators compared her announcement to pivotal moments from past legends, moments when players found new purpose, direction, and meaning in their careers. It's important to understand that Coco Gauff's journey has been unlike most. Few athletes experience global fame before finishing high school, and even fewer manage to carry themselves with the poise, humility, and intelligence she consistently demonstrates. Her maturity has always set her apart, and today's revelation further confirms her depth as a thinker and leader. She is not just reacting to the pressures of the moment, she is strategically defining her long-term path. This is the type of decision-making that only champions possess. Today's news also impacts the competitive landscape. On the WTA Tour, where rivalries are intensifying and new talents are emerging rapidly, every choice matters. Gauff's unexpected announcement forces analysts to reevaluate the balance of power for the upcoming season. Will this make her stronger? More focused? More driven? Many believe it will. Those closest to the sport understand that clarity of purpose often unlocks new levels of performance. If Gauff is stepping forward with renewed intention, that makes her even more dangerous on the court. Behind the scenes, coaches, trainers, and insiders have reportedly been preparing for this shift for weeks. It wasn't impulsive, it was well thought out and carefully orchestrated. The tennis world simply didn't know it was coming. And that is why today feels like a watershed moment. Fans didn't just witness breaking news, they witnessed a transformation. As we look ahead, the big question becomes, what does this mean for the season? Will this spark a new era for Coco Gauff? Will it influence how other young players manage their careers? Will it shift the culture around pressure, expectation, and athlete well-being? These are questions that experts are already debating in real time. But if history has shown us anything, it's that every time Coco Gauff makes a major shift, she emerges stronger, smarter, and even more motivated than before. One undeniable truth remains: Coco Gauff is not just a tennis player, she is a global force. Her influence reaches far beyond the boundaries of sport. She inspires young athletes, elevates social conversations, and represents a new generation of excellence. And today's announcement, shocking as it may be, reinforces her status not only as a champion but as a powerhouse who refuses to be confined by tradition or expectation. As her journey continues, fans around the world will be watching more closely than ever. Every step she takes, every match she plays, every decision she makes will now carry new context and new meaning. And one thing is certain: Coco Gauff has entered a defining era in her career, and the story is only beginning. Thank you for joining us on Trending Update USA. I'm Steffan, and this is your trusted destination for breaking developments, sports insights, and in-depth coverage of the world's most compelling stories. Stay tuned for more updates as we continue following this remarkable moment in Coco Gauff's evolving legacy.